Good morning, everybody. Let's see who's around. Morning Dipti. Morning Payol. That's my sister. I hope Nivi's with you. Morning Raghav. Oh, Vidu. Nice and prompt. Morning Vidu. Good morning. Sunik. Oh, it's Ella. Hi Ella. Morning all. Oh, there's quite a few now coming through. I can't keep up. Rax Ramji. Morning. Morning Dipti. Shivani. I just spoke to Shivani 10 minutes ago. She's going to get sick of my voice. But hey. Okay. Let's just give it a couple of minutes. Let a few people join and then we'll start. Now, as some of you know, especially in a forum that's potentially professional, I like to be prompt. But let's see. Give you a few minutes and then paper, pad, pen, to the go. We've got Jay from Leicester. Morning, Jay. Good morning, Ella. Let's see. Like I said, for those of us just joining, good morning. We'll be a couple of minutes. Just let a few people join and then we'll get started. Good morning, Bhavin. I hope Rua's with you. Ooh, Arjun, top of the morning to you. Nice, never heard that before. Morning, Arjun. Right, let's put some music on. Good morning, Kinari. I think that's from Manchester, I believe. Literally going to give a minute and then we're going to start. We don't punish the punctual, as I say. Hi, Bharti. Indeed, from Manchester. Oh, Shivani's laughing. Shivani was in bed 15 minutes ago. Just to expose you there, Shivani. "30 seconds. Indeed, we don't punish the punctual. If you're late, you're late. If you're late to the party, you've missed the game. That's the next one. Late to the party, you missed the game. Just... Morning, Muki. Mr. Trivedi's joined us. Morning, Raj. I'm just sending a quick message Okay, we're going to get started. Morning all. First and foremost, I appreciate it's early Sunday morning, sun's out, but it's great that you're here joining us for what is the 5th creative writing workshop through Tatva. So 5 weeks ago, Vidu, the amazing spoken poet, led or started this, and it's then snowballed positively. The following week we had Devika, an author. She was a mentee on the programme a couple of years ago. Her second book is due out, so here's a bit of a plug, Devika, for you at the end of this month. Since then we've had Vivek, who was a mentee last year. He graduated, has some work published. And we had the very own Raj, who's the brainchild of Tatva. He led last week, and then you've got me this week. So there you are. Yesterday, just to add another note, Snehal led a session on critical thinking. So it's slightly different to what we do today. So today's about the creative writing element. Yesterday we had critical writing. So we're gonna spend the next 40 minutes. So by 1:45, we will leave. Like I said, we'll be punctual to start and punctual to end. I'm going to go through a couple of exercises with you, and the purpose of it is to get us thinking, and the purpose of it is to put pen to paper. So I'm hoping all of you, as per the request, has a piece of paper and pen at hand. What I do want to say to everybody is, do not be afraid of what you end up writing. Even when you read back, you think, oh, that was a load of rubbish, that's a load of tosh. The purpose of this is to start that process, and that's one of the real aims of Tatva, is to get people to become great thought leaders and put thought leaders pen to paper and write. I'm a teacher by profession, so I do spend my time educating, if that's the right word, 11 to 18-year-olds. This is a different forum. I can't see you, I can't see your reactions, whereas I could if I was stood in front of 30 year 11s, but I can't do that now. First activity, just to get our brains going. It's a very short exercise, what's called word association. I'm going to ask you all, and I'll give you 10 seconds for each word. When I say the word, write down whatever comes to your mind. Okay, remember, starting is the hardest part. So pick up your pen. As soon as you hear the word, get writing. However ridiculous it may sound, doesn't matter. It's only for you to see, potentially, or whoever's there. So, word number 1 is quornibus. Quornabus. Quornibus. Next word, Tibety. T-I-B-I-T-Y. Hello, Afi, good morning. Third word, Grefton. Grefton. G-R-E-F-T-A-N. Grefton. G-R-E-F-T-A-N. Okay, Vidu's just adding a bit of a mix here and said quarantine. I didn't say quarantine, I said quornibus. Shivi's just said, what the hell? No, she didn't say that. She said, say what? Now, if you've just sat through the last 30 seconds and gone, what the hell was that? That was exactly the point. They're made up words. They don't exist. I've made them up last night. So if you sat there going, what the hell, I don't know, I've got you thinking. And I've got you thinking, we're on a journey. That absolutely, those words do not mean anything. If they do, I've made up words for the dictionary. Okay, so well done, thank you. So now you've got you thinking, I've got you thinking in a way that's made you go, this is too hard. It's not too hard, is it? I've just told you that doesn't exist. Morning, Divya. It's a blast from the past, that, Divya. Okay, let's do it again, but with words that we will know. So this is easier, but it's words that we can relate to. Word number 1, tonight. T-O-N-G-H-T. Tonight. Second word, nightmare. N-I-G-H-T-M-A-R-E. Nightmare. Next word, knighthood. Knighthood. K-N-I-G-H-T-M-A-R-E. Morning all, I'm liking the dialogue here about my accent. So I get that asked all the time, and I've lived in London 10 years. And every time I meet someone within 10 seconds, no, 10 minutes, someone says, where are you from? So yes, someone asked, 2 people asked that. Bolton. Okay, what I've just done for you there is, you've probably picked this up. The English language is really fascinating. We have what's called homophones. Words that sound exactly the same, but have very different meanings, and often can be spelt differently. So I gave you tonight, I gave you nightmare, which are very similar, but then I gave you knighthood. So although the word night appears in knighthood, it's spelt differently, and the meaning is completely different. It'd be interesting, just as a reflective piece for yourself, is what was the difference in the words that you wrote for 1 and 2 compared to what you wrote for word 3. Brilliant. Respect, duty, brave, realization. Yeah, some great words. Okay, that's the first 8 or so minutes. So that's what in a lesson I would call a do now starter. So we're now going to move to exercise 2. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to give you the opening to a potential paragraph. And I'm going to give you the first 3, 4, 5, 7 lines potentially. And all I want you to do is for the next, let's say 45 seconds, just for time, is to simply write the following. So listen to that which I say. Whatever comes to your mind, then continue writing. This is what we sometimes call speed writing. You pick it up and you just keep writing, However ridiculous it may sound or appear on the paper, just write it. I'm going to do 5, no more than 5. And then I've got a lengthier piece that I want us to do for the next 20 minutes or so. Number 1. You know, I can be broken when. you know, I can be broken when I feel right. Thanks, Shiv. That is 45 seconds, so that is not a long time. That is not a long time. I'm going to actually up it to a minute. I'm going to give you 60 seconds for the next one. So I'm going to give you the first 3, 4, 5, 7 words. You pick up your pen and you then complete. Despite everything, I believe people are. Despite everything, I believe people are. That's a minute. Some nice thoughts coming through here. Rookie, ignorant to the effects they have. Shiv, only able to process through their own experience and world lens. Nice. Third one. So again, give you the first few words, you just continue writing. What we miss isn't what makes us. What we miss isn't what makes us. Okay, that's a minute. Again, there's some great contributions that are there. I believe some people are not on Facebook but are watching, likes of Vibhuti, Prab, Govinda. The fourth one. The pleasure of remembering is. The pleasure of remembering is. Brilliant. Okay, that is a minute again. Thank you. There's more contributions. I've just had one message to me actually. Rupal again, Shivani again. We've just done 4 there where I've given you the prompts, and often they are quite deep and deliberately chosen and quite philosophical. Like I said, I've just given you the first few words, and what you write thereafter is totally up to you. Now, based upon the advance of technology, I'm going to share with you, well, try to share with you an image, and I'm hoping we could put this in the chat as well. I'm hoping we can see, well, you can see my garden there, this image. If you can or can't, I'll try and put it in the chat in a minute. It's a girl waving from the window of a train with a teddy bear in the hand. So now I've not given you words, I've given you an image, and I appreciate that wasn't very clear. Can you do the same? Just right. I'll give you 2 minutes this time. The image that I showed, maybe you didn't see it, and I'm trying to show it through my phone. I'll do it again. It's a little girl with a teddy bear in her hand at a window of a train waving. I just want you to write what comes to your mind based upon that image. Okay. I've given you slightly longer. There's some beautiful responses there. Shivani, Priya from Portugal. It's written a very heartfelt response to that. What we've just done there is I've just given you various prompts, and we've seen this in previous weeks as well. Vidhu started it and we've worked through each week with something similar. And words are prompts, but images can be as well. In fact, images are often substantially more powerful, because I could just see the responses. Look at Amar's, short but sweet, I'll be fine, see you soon. Now again, I picked those deliberately, and they are quite poignant. I use the word deliberately, often melancholy, a bit sad. But they are a mechanism for us individually to put pen to paper. Okay, we make it 28 minutes past, so we've been on the call for almost half an hour now. The last bit that I'm going to do is an extended piece in terms of an activity. I'm going to read out a poem to you, which will also be shared in the chat. All I'm going to ask you to do is simply just listen and absorb. So listen to me reading, and then read it as it's in the chat, and I'll give you the activity once I've read it. Stand at my photo and weep. I am there and I am asleep. I am the single wind that blows. I am the dullness on snow. I am the darkness on the unripened grain. I am the aggressive winter rain. When you sleep in the midnight hush, I am the slow, distressing rush of noisy birds beginning to fight. I am the hard darkness at night. Stand at my photo and weep. I am there and I am asleep. The 12 lines have just been posted on the chat. Stand at my photo and weep. I am there and I am asleep. I am the single wind that blows. I am the dullness on the snow. I am the darkness on the unripened grain. I am the aggressive winter rain. When you sleep in the nighttime hush, I am the snow distressing rush of noisy birds beginning to fight. I am the hard darkness at night. Stand at my photo and weep. I am there and I'm always asleep. Now I can see comments already coming and some likes are coming to that. I'm gonna give you, let's say, a good 6-7 minutes. Based upon the poem that's just been given to you, and immediately as you've heard it, read it, there'll be thoughts that have come to your mind. It will create an image for you, very personal, based upon words that you highlight for yourself. Now, that's so individual and that's so personal. Take that learning, and what I want you to do is replace some of the words, at least one per line, to alter its meaning. So the easiest way to do this is to take either the adjective or the noun. Now interesting, there's not many adjectives in that poem describing words. There's a lot of nouns, things. Replace them, or the verb, the doing word, replace that. Let me modulate for you. So the first line reads, stand at my photo and weep. I could change that to, do not stand at my photo and weep. Or I could change it to, stand at my graveside and weep. Or, I'm thinking aloud here, stand at my photo and smile. So by yourself now, go line by line, change at least one word, you might want to change a couple, but do it so it changes the tone and the potential mood it creates, and therefore the meaning. Take a moment, give you 6 minutes. Just 60 more seconds. Okay everybody, let's just stop there. That was just short of 6 minutes. So wherever you are, whether you've gone through line 4, 6, you've done all 12, just stop. What's incredible is some of the comments that are coming through here. An apology on my behalf actually. I didn't necessarily state from the outset, and that was deliberate. 2 of you have mentioned that's just made you emotional, and I appreciate that might have been the case. And like I said, is words paint a picture for us as an individual. Sometimes we hear something that means something to me, but that might not mean something to anybody else. You know, psychologists or people who study the brain over time talk about the photographic memory, and you can capture something, often in childhood, that stays with you for life, almost like a picture. So some of those words might have done exactly that. You may have picked up something that's captured a photograph in your memory, and then you've written. It is deep, it's deliberately deep. Now this is where I want to make the twist. That poem is taken from something famous, but I've changed the words to that. So I've changed the words. Can I just ask all of you, if you haven't done it, can you just write one of your lines that you've changed or rephrased? It could be the first one, it could be the 4th one, it could be the 10th one. I am the hard darkness at night. So if you just take one of your sentences that you've rewritten and just put it in the chat. Already a number have come through, so thank you. Like, she's made a valid point. Yeah, I changed it, and then I've asked you to change it. So I've taken a poem and changed the words, then asked you to change it to change its meaning. Can you see what we've done with your mind? Yeah? Taking it to stand at my photo and smile, says Drushna. That's my sister, by the way. Okay. Now, what I've done, and we've done 2 folds here, we've taken a poem that is potentially quite solemn, quite poignant, and I've asked you then to take a word and change it so it changes its tone, its mood, and its potential meaning. And in essence, what I wanted you to do is make it more positive, because that is poignant, it is sad. And just note what we did before. The 4 sentence starters that I gave you and the images were also very poignant and often quite sad and quite melancholy. So I've taken you down a garden path, and your mindset potentially now is one where it's quite deep, it's philosophical, maybe bringing back memories that are raw or not. But then when you've changed the word, you should have changed it potentially to make it more positive. And it's so interesting that a large number of you have done that. So if I was to just take a couple of examples. One of the sentences says, hang on, let me just find the comment, apologies. I am the single wind that blows, I am the dullness on the snow. Shivani's changed it to, I am the cool wind that blows, I'm the bright in the snow. Nice. There's another one. Rupples put, I am the single bell that chimes, as opposed to, I am the single wind that blows. Can you see the positive stance to that? So the changing of it, stand at my photo and smile, as opposed to stand at my photo and weep. Stand at my photo and remember, I'm still there when you are asleep. That's from Priya. Dipti says, stand at my photo and smile. I am there and I am fine. So what interesting, without me even stating that you've got to change it to make it more positive, what you've naturally done, you've taken the melancholy, the often quite deep and philosophical, and changed it to make it more positive. And that's really crucial for mental health. And I want to just plug this. Often words are really difficult to put down. But one of the techniques for positive mental health is to write positive thoughts. Now, apologies, I should have said this at the beginning. If there were any children here, and I'm sure they are, I know Vidhi last week had her 8-year-old. If there are any children, get them to write, especially in times like this, when they're not seeing their friends, write a letter to their friend. And not about what they're necessarily missing, but what they're looking forward to. So if you've got children who are in lockdown and feeling frustrated, like we all are, get them to write a letter to a friend about what they're looking forward to. On the flip side, slightly more difficult, and think about the age range here, get them to write a letter to themselves. And what would they be looking forward to? It's really interesting. We're coming very close to the end. I just want to share with you that poem. Some of you may have recognised some of the words. It was by a lady called Mary Elizabeth Fryer. Not much is known about her, but here's Bav Jackanovi tells a story. I love a story. She was born in 1903 in America, and she became an orphan at a very young age, at the age of 3. At the age of 12, she moved to another part of America, and she married at the age of 22, so relatively young. She had no formal education at all. So no mum and dad, no education, got married. She got married to a man who owned a clothing factory, I believe, or a shop, and together they did some floristry. So she was a florist. During the 1930s, when obviously things were going on in Europe and anti-Semitism in Germany in particular, there was a Jewish lady living with her in her home in America. But the Jewish lady couldn't go back to her home in Germany for obvious reasons, the anti-Semitism, and there was obviously a fear for her family. I'm sure I've got this correct, when her mother passed away, that girl was obviously upset at the thought that she was never there. On a piece of, well, it was a brown bag, Mary Elizabeth Fryer picked up a pen and literally wrote a poem, and it started with, do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blows, I am a diamond glint on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain, I am the gentle autumn rain. When you wake in the morning hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circling flight. I am the soft starlight at night. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there, I did not die. And interestingly, that stayed for decades. And it was only in the 1990s when that poem was acknowledged as being Mary Fryer's, because she never at the time shared her name. So it's often used in funerals or etc. as a poem to turn the positive of death, if there can be. So that was quite deep, but I hope I've got you thinking about how you can take words that are often etched in our memory, this photographic memory sometimes, but from a childhood or recent, and how we can potentially change the odd word or two to change its tone, its meaning, and what that means for yourself. Like I said, I am someone who likes to keep on time. My family won't agree with that, but I do. It's 10:46 and I'm going to end it here because it's a 45-minute creative writing piece. Apologies for my outset if there was anything that you didn't understand or clear. And sometimes I can come across as very teachery. I appreciate that. So apologies, that's not deliberate. But I hope this has been useful. Keep writing, create those and continue those creative juices flowing. Have a good day. Have a good week. Namaste.